I never thought one sentence could change everything. But when I told my mom what my father did to me as a child, I realized there was no turning back. I'm almost 30 now. This past year has been one of the hardest of my life. Unemployed, drowning in depression and anxiety, and on top of it all, being a full-time caregiver to our elderly, disabled dog. He's a big dog, completely dependent on my mom and me. We lift him, clean him, and sacrifice our sleep just to give him the best quality of life we can. And it's been like this for almost a year. My siblings? Nowhere to be found. Instead of helping, they get frustrated and lash out at the dog. They mistreat him because they lack patience, and when I stand up for him, it just leads to more fights. My mom lets it slide, leaving me as the only one truly sacrificing anything. And the worst part? Neither my mom nor I even wanted dogs. It was my dad's idea. He filled our home with them and then left. The argument that opened the floodgates. Today, after another sleepless, exhausting day, I snapped. I told my mom that our family was selfish, that I've always been there for them emotionally, yet no one ever asks how I'm doing, that I was done. Once I got a job, I wanted to disappear for a few years, maybe even cut contact with my dad entirely, and then it slipped out. I don't even know if I want to keep in touch with him, because when I was little, he used to touch me. The moment those words left my mouth, I knew there was no taking them back. A family built on secrets. My parents have been separated for 10 years, but they still act like a couple. Their relationship was always toxic. My dad cheated, disrespected my mom, and put everyone else before his family. But she always forgave him. Lately, they had even started going out together, laughing like nothing had ever happened, and now I had just shattered that illusion. My dad has always had a strange resentment toward me. When I was 3, an older cousin abused me. My dad walked in and saw it happening. He didn't protect me. He didn't confront my cousin. Instead, he grabbed his belt and beat me until he was exhausted. My mom knew, but she never defended me. He was always cold, always violent. If I couldn't lift a heavy piece of furniture, he'd scoff and call me weak. He made me feel like I wasn't man enough. But what haunts me most is the way he touched me. The memories that won't let me go. When we were alone, he would hug me from behind and slip his hand into my underwear. He would stroke my buttocks and my genitals, not aggressively, but in a way that felt deliberate, casual, like it was the most normal thing in the world. And for years, I convinced myself it was normal. He still bathed me at the time. He never sexually abused me, so maybe this was just something fathers did. But as I got older, I started questioning it. And no, this wasn't normal. A father wouldn't do this in public. Then the bigger picture started making sense. My paternal grandfather tried to assault my sister, but no one in the family believed her, except me. My uncle, my dad's brother, had hundreds of explicit comics left in plain sight in the bathroom. When I was a kid, my little sister once tried to bribe me for the TV by saying, "Come on, I'll suck your decolle if you let me watch." She was 4. Where had she even heard that? Looking back, it was always there. The darkness, the sickness, the cycle that no one wanted to acknowledge. Did I just ruin everything? For years, I buried this. It didn't traumatize me the way my dad's violence did, so I convinced myself it wasn't a big deal. I could live with it. But now, I've told my mom, and I don't know if I did the right thing. She wants to confront him, to ask him why, to hear his explanation. But what explanation could possibly exist? And why do I feel so guilty? He's different now. He's calm. He's kind. He acts like a normal father. Would it have been better to just stay quiet? To let the past stay in the past? And yet, I can't shake the anger. His choices, whether it was filling our home with dogs and abandoning them or touching me in ways no father should, continue to shape my life. I feel trapped, stuck in a past that won't let go and a present I don't know how to fix. I don't know what to do next. Can you tell me what should I do?